Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of Jake's Chapter 5 video. In the last video we met up with Chris and Piers, and they are of course the ones that helped us to escape. There they are. You'll need to check out this computer console every time. And just like it looks like somebody is planning on infecting the whole world. With that thing. That can't be good. Interact with that button when you can to activate the elevators in this area.
So, if that giant cocoon hatches,
we're in trouble.
And this entire lower area has a ton of crates on it, for you to break and gather up some items. But eventually we're going to use those elevators to head upwards in this chamber. But as we head up, we're going to be dealing with wave after wave of Javo. These are Neo Umbrella Javo, of course. But it's curious to note that you can basically choose who you want to ride up with. In a single player game at least. See, there's Chris and Piers. You can pretty much knock Piers out of the way and ride up with Chris if you wanted. You can go ride with Sherry. You can ride with Piers. You get some unique dialogue depending on who you go with. Of course, if you're playing online, you could also be playing with 3 other real people. I'm going to go with Chris just because there's some unique history there. All based on the last cutscene we saw, of course. So Sherry will go with Piers. And up we go.
Just so we're clear, you and I are not done talking yet. We've got a lot of explaining to do. We may get out of here alive, and I'll tell you whatever you want.
And let the fighting commence.
Ready to hear it. Save the bullshit. I'm not the same man my father was.
Note that you can watch Sherry and Piers, or I'll just call them the other team since I have no idea who you decide to go with. You can actually steal kills from them if you were so inclined. There's actually a medal for whichever team gets the most kills. And there's Chris stealing my kill. He's got some good melee moves. Like, check this one out. Ridiculous. It fits him though. I mean, steroid Chris, right? I can reminisce later. Note the sniper rifle enemies in the area. They don't come down to fight you. They prefer to snipe from a distance. Some of them have rocket launchers as well. They are probably the biggest threat in this entire sequence. So I would prioritize making sure that they don't kill you with a rocket launcher out of nowhere, if you can help it. Yeah, steroid Chris. I mean, if he can beat up a boulder in Resident Evil 5, he can throw a couple Javo around, right? His biceps were so huge. Oh man. This wouldn't be a bad area to use hand-to-hand either, since they're constantly dropping down on you from above. But soon we'll be at the end of our elevator games. And you'll see a short cutscene. Pretty cool cutscene.
from here. Let's go.
Wait!
Hey! You got a job to finish.
There is no way they can take that thing!
We are not going back.
But they're gonna get killed!
Then that's their choice! It's a sacrifice they're willing to make, and we can't stop them.
Jake!
You know what? I'm not my father. And I'm gonna make damn sure that it stays that way. We're getting out of here. And we're gonna save the world.
You're right. Let's go.
Well, so we don't get to play with Chaos. Chris and Piers get to do that. And they get to undergo a brutal chase section that, I'm going to have to record that later. I do not look forward to it.
I'm through with this.
I'm sure I'm going to die 2 or 3 times when I do that video. Ugh. Anyway, as for Jake and Sherry, we are in the hallway with a bunch of crates. So you may as well restock. We got a boss fight coming up. Each character has a boss fight to end their campaign. And I'll bet you'll never guess who we're gonna fight. Not in a million years. This will take you completely by surprise. But this area is really cool. Check this out. Dangerous. I like the design of it though. It's pretty cool. Short cutscene. What? Him?
Look who's back.
You guessed it? Okay, yeah, it's pretty obvious. So, here is Ustanak. And he's got a new toy. And it is admittedly awesome.
Cat and mouse bullshit. Come get some, you ugly son of a bitch!
As sure as Jake is of himself, run away. There's a left path and a right path. You want to take the left path.
Take this fight somewhere else.
Let's do it!
We'll fight him later. We'll go head to head with him later. For now, take the left path, continue down. That's going to be destroyed. The path to the right here is going to be destroyed. And head to the end and push this this thing out of the way so you can continue. And here's the first part of the Ustanak boss fight. But before we take him on, let's get the third Serpent Emblem of this chapter. As soon as you land, go ahead and follow the path to the right to the very end, and you'll see it. It's right there on that column. Can't miss it. But you should definitely grab it first and foremost before doing anything. There's a lot of crates in this area. Grab them if you need them. There's actually 3 parts to this entire boss fight. This is the first part. A sniper rifle is pretty easy to get in some free hits, but you definitely have to be careful of his ball and chain there. It has some range. So the lesson is, of course, to keep on moving. Take a shot or two, keep on moving. Take a shot or two, keep on moving. Rinse and repeat. He'll try to charge at you every now and again if you let him. This is definitely not the most honorable way to fight, but I mean, oh well. We'll get to fair fighting in a bit. And out of the bullets. Well, wonderful. I would definitely recommend saving your magnum ammo. Don't use it in this section. Save your grenades. Don't use them in this section. This is the last boss fight of Jake's campaign, guys, so feel free to use all your resources. Whatever it takes to make it through this. Okay, that's the end of section 1, and on to section 2. Jake and Sherry are completely, amazingly lucky that they landed in anything that wasn't lava. And since I'm doing post-commentary, I remember that I do get my ass beat a little bit here, but I got away with that. I get my ass beat because he has a circular move where he hits everything around him right there. And I was way too close, and that will happen again. But notice that he makes lava holes as he attacks. The lava stays in the battlefield for a limited time. It'll disappear eventually. I recommend in this portion unloading all your magnum and grenade rounds on them. Remote bombs probably aren't the smartest idea if you have enough magnum shells. You might as well just use all the magnum shells you got. That would be my first suggestion. And note the items. And there's me trying to kill Sherry. Notice I'm low on health, and so a green herb appeared where he tore up the ground. So Usnok tearing up the ground does give you items. And I was trying to roll there, but completely failed. Thankfully Sherry's right there.
I'm on my way!
Thank God. The fire doesn't hurt too much. I mean, it's best to avoid it if you can. But it doesn't hurt enough that I wouldn't give it a second thought running through it if it meant not getting hit by that ball and chain. Okay, here's where I start taking my own advice. Which works out wonderfully. As you can see.
Sherry, now!
And once you get him down, Sherry will jump on him, go ahead and use a co-op action. Sherry will electrocute the shit out of him while you try to rip off the ball and chain. But he's none too happy that you did that. And after this shortcut scene, you are basically both left without weapons. I mean, Jake has his hand-to-hand and Sherry has her stun rod, but that's it.
This is more like it.
Now, this is a Jake-only part for sure. Part 3. The mano-a-mano fight. Ridiculous. As you can see, when he's about to hit you, you can press the cross and square button to dodge it. The idea behind this fight is to get him backed up all the way to the end here. I don't know if I was too fast here or what, but he definitely beats me up a bit before I manage to finish him. An interesting note though, Sherry can actually influence this fight. She's up above moving barrels around on the rail system and trying to hit Ustanok with the barrels. Definitely interesting.
That's it, Jake! You got it!
Yeah, be careful of charging up too long, guys. The easiest way to finish this is just to do quick shots over and over and over and over. Unless he grabs you, of course. That doesn't help.
Alright, that might have hurt a little.
You notice you have no stamina gauge in this part either. That is because you cannot run out of stamina here. And see, once you get him near the end, you'll get that X button prompt. And once you get that, you can pretty much just jam on the X button over and over and over and over as Jake beats him up. And then you'll get this cutscene.
Good riddance.
Let's get out of here!
Finally killed her.
Okay, we're closing in on 20 minutes, so I'm going to cut this video pretty soon. And to the left is where the game wants us to go. Over here is where Sherry was playing around with those barrels that I was telling you about. She was using this console to do it. And you can see all the different paths overlooking the platform that Jake was just fighting on. Anyways, the next video will be our very last one with Jake's campaign. Yeah, kinda sad. Anyways, join me for that one, and I appreciate you guys watching me play through this. Okay, take care everybody. Bye.